Hey everyone, today is a review on the Tom Ford brush line, and as some of you may know, Tom Ford released his makeup collection and I bought a lot of it and I will review it as we go along. And if you click here, this is the review for the eyeshadows that I did. The brushes, I don't think there was ever any doubt that the brushes would be expensive. They are incredibly expensive. I don't know if they're the most expensive brushes available, but they're right up there with some of the most expensive brushes. And of course it's Tom Ford, so you'd expect nothing less. I've got them here, bought them myself, and I will review them for you as we go along and tell you my thoughts on them. First brush is going to be brush number 15, which is a detailer brush and is used for fine detail work and eyeliner. The brushes themselves look like this. They are lacquered handles in a sort of mahogany color and they're weighted perfectly, so they're gorgeous. This tiny little brush costs £40 here in the UK. Incredibly expensive for what you get. It's a natural hair brush that works perfectly to line the eyes with, without a doubt, and also any extra detail work under the eye or in the crease. Can also be used to go through your brows too. Very, very, very nice brush, but one that you don't absolutely need to have. There are other brushes that are just as good. The next one is number 11, which is an eyeshadow brush, an all over eyeshadow brush. Made of natural hair. This brush here in the UK costs £42, so it's again very, very expensive. It's incredibly soft, one of the softest brushes I've felt. Colour does go down incredibly beautifully, and if you've seen the Tom Ford palettes, you know that some of them contain what I call grown-up glitter, and this does apply them gorgeously, so there's no doubt about that. Some people have said that this is a 217 dupe by MAC. It isn't, believe me, they are two different shapes. The Tom Ford one's much larger and it doesn't go on the same way that the MAC 217 does, so they're not a dupe at all. Good brush to have, but it's not an essential brush. The next one is called a smoky eye brush, I believe, and it's number 14, and it's a pointed tip. It's very similar to the one by MAC, which is the 219, which look like this. So you can see that they're very similar. This is Tom Ford. The main difference is that the Tom Ford one has a much softer feel to it and a stronger point. Again, this is a nice brush to have, but at £40 there are other ones that are just as good, but it's a great brush. I don't want you to think that any of these brushes are bad, because they're not, they're phenomenal. At the same time, you need to be realistic. There are still good brushes out there, believe me. The next brush is brush number 12, which is an angled brush. And this is used to go into the crease of the eye, to lay down color, to go under the eye, and is one of the standout ones in the collection. It's a very good brush. Natural hair, the hair is really firm, and it's a very, very, very good brush, but £42. So again, it's incredibly expensive. This brush here, number 13, is a blending brush or a crease brush, however you want to look at it. Looks like this, firm bristles, £42 here in the UK. Now, there's nothing wrong with blending brushes. I love them. They are great to go in the crease to define it, which oftentimes is very necessary if you've got hooded eyes or you want more drama, whatever. This is a great brush. But at the same time, if I show you these two, and I haven't reviewed these yet because these are still prototypes, but these are by Ray Morris, the makeup artist. And can you see the point on these? There's no point to this one, which means that it moves the skin more. Whereas these, the point touches the skin and nothing moves, which is why these brushes are so phenomenal. And I will review them when I get the final set. But this brush, great brush, but absolutely not necessary when you compare it to those kind of brushes with a point to it, because you can really get defined work. This is actually good for more blending than it is necessarily any other eyeshadow application. Okay, number 4, contouring and highlighting brush, £55 here in the UK. I haven't seen a brush like this before, and even though its purpose really only is to contour and highlight, I love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I use it for cream highlighting and contouring, and it's just a little dream. Love, 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 love this brush. Hell of a price, but I love it. And here come the two that are absolutely standouts. The first one is number 02, which is a cream foundation brush made with natural bristles. £55 here in the UK. Phenomenal at applying cream foundation. This is a beautiful brush. For those of you with smaller cheeks, smaller faces, this makes an excellent brush to apply highlighter and blusher with. Phenomenal and well worth the money in my opinion. And the most expensive that I bought, because, I'm not made of money, is number 6. And it's a blusher brush. Great for highlighting, great for blusher. And if you find that it's too big this way, then turn it on its side and you get a much sharper line. The hair on this is, it's nice hair. These brushes are great. Do I think they're the greatest brushes in the world? No, because I've been sent the greatest brushes in the world in prototypes and they blew my socks off. They're amazing. These brushes are absolutely great. Very, very good value for money if you've got that kind of money to spend, and not everybody does. And that's the main downside to this collection, is that while there are some amazing products, some of them are priced too highly for what you get. Doesn't mean they're not good, they are good, but you can get better for less. I hope that this has been an insight into some of the brushes and what I think. Do I think there are better brushes out there? Of course I do, because I have them. But does it also mean that these brushes aren't good? No, they're great brushes. They're just incredibly highly priced. Thank you for watching.